As the summer comes to a close, a lot of school kids heading back to school, some already back in school. It's a good time to reset both physically and emotionally for yourself and for our relationships.
That's a good point. Associate Professor of Clinical Psychology at DU, Angela Narayan joins us now. You've been directing a multi-generational study of parents and grandparents who are reflecting on their relationships. And what's interesting is you found that they believe other people are the sources of both their stress and their resilience. Why is that?
I think because relationships are so important no matter your age or stage in life. You can draw on people for positive things, but also, as we all know, close family relationships can also bring a lot of stress, especially when you're spending a lot of time together.
Yeah, and that I feel like the summer, right? Like I see my kids so much more often, which I love. That's why I don't want summer to end. But it's a little more stressful having the kiddos around at all times. How do you kind of navigate that?
Yeah, I think it's important to be intentional about how you show up in relationships and kind of check yourself. And then especially if you're having tension or conflict with a family member or a close friend or a neighbor or a coworker, to ask yourself, what do I want out of this relationship? What's my goal here when you're talking about important or difficult topics?
And if somebody watching right now is going, ooh, this hits really close to home, I'm struggling. I have a conflict with this dear friend or family member. What should they do?
I like to think of a few different goals and decide which one applies. So in many years of working as a psychologist in therapy, helping adults and parents with these things, we have people ask, is your goal to get something that you want or need from the other person? Is your goal to strengthen or preserve the relationship? Is your goal to preserve your own self-respect or say no to something, like politely decline? Or is your goal just to be right? That's a goal that is hard to kind of let go of. I struggle with myself in that position often too. Like you just want to be right. That's a little harder to resolve.
What if you feel like, it's so important to take accountability, but if you take stock of everything and you say, no, I am handling this the right way, and maybe it's the other person that's not playing ball or not being willing. We all have those stubborn family members. How do you navigate that?
Yeah, I would say try to think flexibly. So it's very possible that you are in the right and your own experiences and feelings are valid. And also, it's hard when the other person feels that way too, because oftentimes if two people are looking at things from different angles, they can both be right. And so if the belief is only one person can be right, that might be where the tension keeps going. So if you can think flexibly, even if you don't want to let go of your position, to think about it from the other's point of view and maybe be willing to compromise or to just communicate, I see where you're coming from. That goes a long way.
All right, validating their feelings. It does go a long way.
Yeah.
Angela Narayan, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Yeah, thank you.